Greetings. Yeah, that's beautiful, Pisces Kingdom. And I mean, when you say that they were dedicated to misunderstanding you, well, I mean, Scott Morgan, licensed MBTI counselor, can tell you that. Thank you for the beautiful 5-star reviews, by the way. But I mean, that's the thing. If you've got people that are committed to twisting Pisces words, they're committed to trying to dull your shine because you have a next level aura and have achieved things that they've spent their entire lives trying to accomplish. Cool. Where's that, Pisces? Not the fake people that you're talking about. No, 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 no. We're looking for the ones that people dedicate their entire ascension path into twisting the words around and misunderstanding. You can't misinterpret 5-star reviews. You can't misinterpret if I don't if I don't provide you service and you give me a review, I'll sue your ass. You don't sugarcoat that shit. But you're talking about addicts, Pisces Kingdom. You're talking about people who are doing everything they can to pull you back down into the depths of hell with them because their lives turned out like shit. And that's fine. That's fine. That's what it is. I mean, we all make our own choices and decisions. But, when you have a cult following and weird shit like what you're talking about, I mean, you certainly want to let people know. And the best way to do that is focus on those next level auras that you're talking about. Because I want to talk with those people. If you've got a bunch of fake people trying to get in your inner circle when you're an independent business owner, I want to talk with you. How do you protect your energy? How do you keep these people from plugging in? How do you how do you keep winning with spirit boomeranging instant karma back to them? Simple enough. Those are the things that I want to talk about because you can't misunderstand masters talking to masters. They've mastered themselves. They've mastered energy work. They're light workers. They're mastering working with the light. And that's what you're going to find is when you start working for the light of the universe, well, then everything in the light within the universe will conspire for you. Simple enough. Simple enough. Light is information. And somebody, we don't like the things that we do in the dark. If you do something in the dark, there was some light there, buddy. Simple enough. Simple enough. It's what it is. However, that's a beautiful thing. And I mean, now you're opening up Pisces Kingdom while people are fighting and in chaos and calamity as the fakes that you were talking about, the phonies, the karmics getting karma because they don't understand why they're getting karma because they didn't take spirituality seriously. They didn't take our energy seriously. They tried to take advantage of it, and it's healing energy. And they just don't understand. Well, that goes along with they played around in energy that they didn't understand with ill intentions. So you can't deal with the people that have ill intentions towards the light. That's fucking basic blasphemy, or if you want to call it that. Anyway, people will be in their emotions, and that's the thing. I mean, where are these Pisces that are being loyal to themselves? Where are these Pisces that are protecting their energy? Where are these Pisces that are healing themselves and others? Because it's what it is. I have to be loyal to myself. I agree. I'm trying to make an appointment with that person. Simple enough. Simple enough. I have no problem putting my situation on hold while these people fighting just fight it out. Simple enough. Let those little trigger demons burn themselves out. Because when you say that, Pisces Kingdom, that energy is it's master manifesting energy. When you say that they're plugging into it for that reason and now they're getting karma, well, that's a them problem. That has nothing to do with me. I'll be looking for those next level auras, those Pisces that stand out from the rest with large groups of people wanting to dim their light. I'll be looking for those people. I'll be manifesting with them. And yes, the karmics from the past, they can't get out of that's what it is. They have karmic lessons to learn, an 8-year cycle. Simple enough. And yeah, I mean, I will be calling all of my energy back. I can't allow them to manifest their way out of their karmic lessons with my energy. No, and they may see that as being selfish, but that's like letting the third grader cheat off of your senior test. I'm the one graduating, not the third grader. Simple enough. We'll go ahead and put the power side on their side. So where they want the power, cool. We'll see what it says. Simple enough. Because that's the thing. I mean, if you've got people that are hating on your spiritual gifts, Pisces, well, I want to hate too, but when I hate, I donate time, effort, money. I mean, you would have to have those spiritual gifts for me to hate on them. And when I hate, I donate. And you would have to have that next level aura that Pisces Kingdom is talking about. While everyone else is fighting and trying to figure it out and being left behind, since it is the prophecy of those left behind, I'm looking for those next level light workers. That's just me. That's just me. We're being loyal to ourselves. I agree, Pisces Kingdom. God got us all that is, angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light. That's to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. And that's the thing, Pisces Kingdom. Thank you, because I mean, that reading alone, that would be the catalyst. That would be the catalyst, because Pisces is going through doors that people can't go through. Okay, great. Well, if you've got, you ever been around wild hogs? You ever seen the movie Old Yeller? You ever seen, who's old enough to remember Old Yeller? Just say yes down in the comments. If you remember Old Yeller, you remember there was a huge herd of hogs, and they got a hold of the kid, they got a hold of the dog, and it was just this horrible thing. But they made it through. They made it through a wild herd of hogs, they made it through this wild herd of hogs. And, Old Yeller survived. The boy survived. But then a coyote. There was some weird coyote confirmation. Some weird coyote got a hold of Old Yeller. And it was, simple enough. Simple enough. The kid had to take Old Yeller out. And no more Old Yeller. So since there was no more Old Yeller, but yet Old Yeller he survived. He survived a pack of wild hogs, a pack of wild pigs, hogs, whatever you want to call them. Old Yeller survived that. The kid got chewed up in the situation, and everybody survived. Everybody survived. But it was that coyote. It was that coyote that got a hold of Old Yeller, that just threw everything into the. That's what it is. And I mean, when you're wolf in sheep's clothing, a coyote, whatever you want to call it. So if we have these next level auras surrounding Pisces and people are trying to dim Pisces light, well, I'm going to focus on them. You can't focus on the people fighting in the background getting karma. No. We're going to focus on these next level auras that Pisces Kingdom is talking about. Because she had thousands of viewers. So it's what it is. I mean, if you've got all of these people who make it a point to misconstrue the things you say, because, I mean, the INFJ is typically misunderstood because they're at a higher vibration and frequency of intelligence than most people. That's what it is. And if you're the smartest person in the room, you're just in the wrong room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So with these next level auras that Pisces Kingdom is talking about, that all of these energy vampires want to plug into only to get karma. While they're getting karma and learning why that's just not acceptable, why that's disrespectful, why that's not respecting boundaries, why that's destroying. While they're learning those lessons over here, fighting and when you say that they're fake, and we already know, because that's what she said. She said, first they tried to take you out. Okay, well, cool. That's sacrifice the earth angel over a halo energy, or a crown of thorns, or whatever you want to call it. So if that's that energy that Pisces Kingdom has in the cards, and that's what they're fighting about, okay, well, then you just let them fight it out. Take their nose, take Voldemort's nose, and then that makes them he who should not be named. And that goes along with what she said. You're just completely forgetting these people. You're just detaching from them, practicing the art of detachment, detaching from them, letting them learn their own lessons, because they're on their own path. They're on their own path, calling our energy back, protecting it. Now, I do. I sage, the spiritual baths, all that fun stuff. But it's the aspect of where are these others that you're talking about? Because I mean, gold and aura, that just sounds. I mean, all that glitters isn't gold, but that's a golden aura. That's undeniable. They can say anything they want to, but they don't have what they want. And that's what she said, because they're hating from outside the club because they can't even get in. Okay, well, cool. So if I'm already in the club, if they're hating from outside the club because they can't even get in, who wants to dance? It's just what it is. I'm in the club. I want to dance. Why everyone is outside the club, hating from outside the club because they can't even get in. Wait, does Pisces have dance partners? It's just what it is. I'm sure there's some dance partners in the club somewhere. While they're hating, because that's what she said. She said they're hating from outside the club because they can't even get in. Okay, great. So if we went through that door, and left all the haters outside, where they're hating outside the club because they can't even get in, where are the other club members? So I mean, that's the point where that's because you don't want people to know what's going on inside the club. That's what it is. There's healing going on inside the club, because that's what she said. Your energy is very powerful for healing yourself and others. Okay, great. So where are those club members? That's what it is. I'm in the club. I'm dancing by myself. Oh. Whoa. And when I hear you say that, people go their entire lives. That's what she says. She says, some people go their entire lives to balance out the masculine and the feminine, like Pisces has. Okay, great. So now while they're outside the club, while they're hating outside the club, where are the other club members? Simple enough. And that leaves all the haters outside the club, and the phone lines open for the club members. Hey, party, healing. Right on. Simple enough. That way, security can handle all the haters hating outside the club because they can't even get in while they're fighting and doing whatever Pisces Kingdom was talking about. And I posted her in the community page so everyone can have a clear understanding from someone else, because that's the thing. They make it a point to twist your words. They make it a point, and we know that the INFJ is typically misunderstood. Scott Morgan, licensed MBTI counselor, can tell you that. And they'll have to live with that. They'll have to live with, they didn't know what they were talking about. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. I don't know what I was talking about. And they don't. And that we do that by design. That's on purpose. Why were we servicing them for free? I mean, am I a free therapist? Am I a free energy? That's like coming up. That's like trespassing on my land and plugging into my out. It's like coming in my back door like Clyde. That makes them backdoor Clydes, reaching over my boundaries, grabbing my stick and just pulling it to the side and coming in, plugging up their cell phone to my house. Simple enough. Now, I mean, if they came to the front door, like Bonnie, like front door Bonnie, if they'd have came to the front door like Bonnie and knocked, and then I opened the door, said, hey, can I plug my cell phone in? I would probably have said yes. I would have checked them out first. Well, I mean, is it an emergency? I need to call my boyfriend. He's a great guy. Okay, great. Well, cool. Okay, yeah, we can work something out. But no, man, I need to call Hector. I got to call Hector down the road. I owe Hector $10, and I'm going to see if I can walk off with 30 more. No. I don't need that shit plugged into my home. I don't need that shit plugged into my energy source. Simple enough. What I do need is to know, now that Pisces Kingdom has said, we're going from Pee Wee to Peter Griffin. How you going to hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. Okay, cool. So while they're hating outside the club, and Pisces has walked through that door, now that we're in the club, I'm serving coffee. I'm serving coffee up for club members. It's just what it is. While everybody's outside the club hating, I'm only serving coffee up for club members, because we want to sit down and have a cup of coffee. We want to talk about how they were trying to dim your light. And that way there's no way to misconstrue the words. There's no way to misunderstand, because they're outside the club. They won't even know what's going on. We're in the club while they're hating outside the club because they can't even get in. We're now in the club. Okay, great. So it's what it is. So I'm walking over to the phone. Hey man, I'm in the club. Oh, okay, cool. So and I don't have to plug my shit into someone else's house before I go in the club that they're hating outside. People's love, people's light, people's health, people's wealth, people's abundance. It is scattered about here, there, and yonder ways. So it's sweet. And I mean, when I hear that next level aura with the power to heal yourself and others, and you're calling your energy back, making the haters outside of the club jealous. Great. Where are those healers? Because I want to talk with them. These people hating outside the club, they fuck everything up that you say. So we're going to focus on those inside the club while they hate outside because they can't even get in. I agree with that, Pisces Kingdom. That's a beautiful way of putting it. Simple enough. Simple enough. People's love, people's light, people's health, people's wealth, people's abundance. It is scattered about. And it's what it is. And I mean, I understand that now that I am at this door that Pisces Kingdom has talked about, I've shut the door. It's an INFJ door slam. So now we just need to know who's in the club. Because if they're hating from outside the club because they can't even get in, well, then who's in the club? Am I by myself in the club? Because I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That's just what it is. But then I would be the doorman. Then I would be the doorman, the escort of souls to get through that door. Simple enough. Simple enough. Thank you, Pisces Kingdom. Beautiful way of putting it. Beautiful way of putting it. I mean, it's just what it is. You can't misconstrue. They can say whatever they want outside the club as the haters fighting because they can't even get in. I can go with that. That makes it very, very simple, Pisces Kingdom. Thank you for that. Now the next step, who's in the club? Because we can't let the haters outside know that you're in the club. We have to keep things quiet. We have to keep things quiet now that we're in the club, healing ourselves and others where the haters can't even get in. Cool, I can go with that. I can go with that. Thank you, Pisces Kingdom. It's just what it is. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is a co-created experience with the divine. Yeah, she said I butchered that song up. I don't know who sings it, but how are you going to hate from outside the club because you can't even get in? And everybody, all the Pisces, that's Chris Brown. That's Chris. I'm like, no, it's not. That's Family Guy. I can butcher it up better than you can. I can construe the words. I can change it up too, Pisces Kingdom. Brain, right brain, subconscious mind. So it's what it is. I mean, now that everybody knows who they are, everyone knows their role. We know that there is a powerful golden aura that is on the fast track of ascension. We're on the fast track of ascension. We've made it through the door into the club because all the haters are outside fighting because they can't even get in. They want to get in the club. They want to get in your inner circle, Pisces. That's what she said. They're trying to come back, trying to find every way they can not to be the haters because they have now become the haters outside the club because they can't even get in. Cool. So now we have a boundary. So now while they're hating outside the club that they can't get in, who's already on this side of the boundary? Who's already on this fast track? Who's already in the club? Because if there's no one in the club, tells me all I need to know about the prophecy of those left behind. Cards in the upright? No, cool, we'll flip it around. What is the power on this situation? Yeah, no compassion for that shit. Simple enough. Simple enough. No mercy was shown to the earth angel, has been said. I agree with that. No mercy will be shown to the karmics involved. I fully agree. I agree with that reader. She's absolutely correct. Fence sitters will be shown no mercy. They're the haters outside the club. They can't even get in. There's no mercy shown. No. They're sitting on the fence outside the club because they can't even get in. Simple enough. Simple enough. When this happens on a planet, it creates puckered buttholes and fence sitters being shown no mercy. Simple enough. Simple enough. And it's what it is. I mean, this would be the club. So if you've got haters hating outside the club because they can't even get in, and then you have these poisoned apples growing on a tree because they built a network, a branch network with a bunch of rotten poison apples all over it falling behind me. On the other side, this is the hedge. You have to go over the hedge. You have to go over the hedge to those individuals. Simple enough. Simple enough. What else is on the powers? Hey, look at that. Where are these masters? Where are these energy masters that people have spent their entire lives trying to achieve what we're mastering? Because they're outside the club. That's what Pisces Kingdom said. They're outside the club hating because they can't even get in. Cool. So now that they're outside, where are the other members to this club? Move in silence. Now is when silence becomes golden. Got trigger demons outside the club hating because they can't get in? Oh, look at that, divine light workers. Imagine that. They're trying to dim your light. Well, you know, I am the doorman, and you're already in the club. You're already in the club. And you got all these haters hating outside the club because they can't even get in, and knowing that it's Pisces' graduation party. Because Pisces would be the ones graduating, simple enough. Now, I'd like to start with a cup of coffee. We can dance if you want to, but I'm not a very good dancer. I'd probably just sing you happy graduation to you. I do shit like that. Anyway, distancing ourselves from these karmics for dancing with the dragon and receiving karma while we receive sovereignty is why they're outside the club hating because they can't even get in. Frenemies, haters, simple enough. That's what it is. Do you want to dance with a bunch of haters that are left outside the club? It's being shown no mercy because they can't even get in. Good analogy, Pisces Kingdom. Beautiful analogy. And that's what it is. Where are these next level? Or because she said, your aura is next level. People can make shit up. They can start rumors. They can gossip. They can slander. But they cannot deny that your aura stands out from the rest. Okay, great. Great, Pisces Kingdom. I can go with that. So if you've got haters out here making shit up, the fake people, left behind because they tried to sacrifice the earth angel, right? But because they couldn't beat the earth angel, they tried to join the earth angel, and now they're mad because that we already know what kind of people they are. They've been left outside the club where they can't even get in. They've been left outside the club. So who's inside the club? It's certainly not women that can't teach you anything, these cult leaders and whatnot. They're karmics getting karma, doing everything they can to try to get in the club. But they're left outside with their cult as poison apples on the tree, falling with grace. Ooh, and they're fighting. On the emotional side of things, these people are fighting. They're barking. They're going crazy. They're just going crazy. What are you barking at, weirdo? No, you can't mess with people on a roof. There's people on a roof. Anyway, so no, there will be none of this. There will be none of this allowing haters fighting outside the club over the golden aura because they couldn't take the earth angel out. Well, that's conspiracy to unalive, Pisces. That's conspiracy to unalive. And since they couldn't unalive the earth angel, the light worker, the master, then they wanted to join the master. But since we already know what kind of people they are, and we're setting that boundary, going into the club, leaving them on the other side of the door where they can hate outside the club because they can't even get in. That's what it is. Let them fight it out. Simple enough. Narcissists. Simple enough. Nothing worse than a bunch of narcissists being left outside the club to hate because they can't even get in. Congratulations. The ego will be left outside the club to hate because it can't even get in over money. Look at that. It's what it is. How are you going to spend all that money outside the club? It was all over money, wasn't it? They're fighting a bunch of narcissists over money, right? Because they're outside the club where they can't even spend it. They're outside the club. They're billionaires. They're outside the club, but they can't even get in. So how are they going to? They got big fat pockets and nowhere to spend it because they're outside the club hating because they can't spend their money inside. So their money's no good here. Simple enough. Harmony and balance comes on the energy exchange. Look at that. Look at that. Families are being flipped upside down. Well, yeah, why would you be taking your family to a club you can't even get in? Simple enough. Oh, yeah, we'll be removing that negative energy quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's outside the club. They're hating outside the club, just like Pisces Kingdom said. They're hating outside the club, making up whatever they want. But regardless, they have no idea what's going on inside the club. Look at that. Hey, let's go, light workers and grid workers. What have we manifested? Love is all there is. And yes, you give them your silence, Pisces, because they're hating outside the club. They have no idea what's going in the club. You have this remarkable aura that Pisces Kingdom is talking about. Okay, great. So where are those club members? Healing themselves and others. Everybody else is unhealed, hating, fighting outside the club because they can't even get in the healing yourself and others club. Simple enough. No gratitude. Simple enough. They showed no gratitude. So it is. We manifested love, no gratitude. Hey, that's fine. Look at that. Masculine energies. And she was absolutely right. Confirmation. Confirmation. I mean, I can fully agree when I hear Pisces Kingdom say they wanted to breadcrumb the sun. They wanted to burn the sun out to keep them warm. Well, now that they're left outside in the cold, hating outside the Sunshine Club because they can't even get in, where are these other glowing, magnificent creatures? It's just what it is. They're magnificent creatures only until we can figure out. We have to go security. Security has to come and take care of everybody hating outside the club because they can't get in. They may be rioting. They may be responsible for conspiracy to unalive an Earth Angel energy. Who knows? Anyway, they're left outside the club hating because they can't even get in. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah. See, we can nurture that. We can certainly nurture that. We can nurture an entire club environment now because Pisces has ascended to an aura that stands out. Your power is healing yourself and others, and you'll be putting that loyalty back into yourself on the dance floor inside the club while others hate on the other side of that door because they can't get in. I agree with that, Pisces Kingdom. I agree with that, Pisces Kingdom. So, and I mean, now that if there's no one in the club, well, I mean, now there's a doorman. Now there's a doorman. But people wanting to get inside the club, they would have to have a ticket. They would have to have a golden ticket. And it's generally that next level aura. That's what it is. It's just what Pisces Kingdom's talking about. She's talking about a next level aura that's unmistakable as a light worker, a grid worker. Okay, great. Where's the light worker, grid worker members? Simple enough. Because they're in the club. These haters can't even get in. They can understand that. They can understand being stuck. But why don't we get in? Because you're not a part of the club. Oh, they're worried. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Ooh, look at all those lies coming to the surface. That's what it is. And they will continue nurturing that bullshit outside the club, hating because they can't even get in. Now, the members of the club, silence is golden. I agree with that, Pisces Kingdom. Silence is golden. Offer these people silence. I agree. That way they can hate outside the club. They can hear the music, dong, 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 and they just can't get in. That's what it is, a 50-50 whether or not they ascend or not. They either ascend or they descend. Simple enough. Simple enough. What is the overall energy? Yeah, here, intuitive awareness. It's a psychic club. Simple enough. Simple enough. It's a psychic club. So it's what I mean. That's what we said. These people. It wouldn't matter how much money they had. It wouldn't matter how much power they had. There would come a point where Pisces would go through a door, lock it behind them, and they would be stuck, hating outside the club because they can't even get in. But I brought $1 billion, but you can't spend it in here. You're a hater outside the club. You can't even get in. Now, if you're healing yourself and others, look at that. Look at that. You're already in the club. You're already in the club. Why everybody else hates outside the club? Because they can't even get in. Good job, Pisces Kingdom. Good job, Pisces Kingdom. I can go with that. I can go with that. Simple enough. So it's what it is. And you're talking about a golden aura that people were plugging into, like homeless occult leaders that needed to charge their cell phone. It's simple enough. Where are these golden auras? Where are these ascended masters they tried to sacrifice? Because that would be the tried to sacrifice an ascended master club. Simple enough. Simple enough. And now that they've been left outside that club, thank you, Pisces Kingdom. What a beautiful analogy. We'll be running that in the ground because they're outside hating and they can't even get in. So that way they can make up everything outside the club that they can't even get in. Beautiful, Pisces Kingdom. I really like that. I like that. Anyway, that's the thing is, you, I'm serving coffee in the club. So, but you would have to be a club member. You would have to be a club member. You would have to be healing yourself and others. I think that's generally the golden ticket to get in. And it's now. I mean, now we've gone from looking for earth angels they were trying to sacrifice. We've gone from that energy to leaving them outside the club to hate in that energy. While we're in the club, they can't even get in. Beautiful. That's just beautiful stuff, Pisces. It's what it is, what it is. Now, that's my question. Where are these other lights they tried to dim? Because I've lost a starseed before. So let's get that shit real fucking understood fast and in a hurry. Over their gifts. So, simple enough. They're trying to drop seeds of doubt. They're trying to bully you. And they're trying to do all that shit outside the club. They can't even get in. Beautiful. That's like fucking nothing but a bunch of carries in the gymnasium with everybody else outside. They can't even get it. The gym doesn't catch on fire. You've got everybody with it. You've got the mutant squad running around. That's what it is. It's everybody in the club who doesn't abuse their abilities getting along beautifully. All the muggles are left outside, hating outside the club because they can't even get in. Amazing. Good job, Pisces Kingdom. Namaste.